Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Hi. Welcome to the podcast. 8 o'clock on the dot. We got it tonight. Hold on. Let me just fix this lighting. Yo. All right, everybody that's here, share the links, folks. Share the links on the page. Share the YouTube page. Hi, everybody that's tuned in. And for everybody that's not here, welcome, Brianna Robinson, which is Berlin. I see you. Hi, Empress. Welcome, everybody. I guess everybody else isn't here yet. So tonight's topic is a real gray area, real gray area. Sexual trauma. Let's talk about it. Hi, everybody that don't know what I'm all about and what I'm doing. This is the Gray Area Podcast, where as we highlight and talk about situations or things that people rarely talk about. If you're tuning in now, we are live. You can just share, invite your friends, invite somebody, and let's talk about it. Let's speak on it. Let's bring light to the situation of things that people don't want to talk about. Tonight's topic, gray area. Tonight's topic, sexual trauma. Wow. When I told a lot of my friends I was doing this subject tonight, most of them won't be here because this is a touchy subject for them, and this is real tough for them to actually listen to or to discuss. Nevertheless, we still gonna get it. We still gonna talk about it, and we still gonna address the fact that it's not normally talked about for whatever reason. I mean, we don't talk about it as much as we should, or we don't highlight it as much as we should. But it is a gray area topic, sexual trauma, and there are a lot of aspects. Uh, I'm just gonna go into a few tonight because sexual trauma actually runs deep. It runs deep. So for those of you that are here, share the live feed, share it with your friend, share it with your family, share it with your groups. Let everybody know they can join in and tune into the discussion, and we gonna get it. We gonna get it. So good night, everybody. Sexual trauma. A lot of people want to know what is sexual trauma. Now, hmm. mm, 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 mm. Sexual trauma, guys. I just hope you're ready for this because this is a gray area subject. Great, great. It's almost a little bit dark too. Great. So hi everybody. Hi everybody that is here. Uh it's sensitive. It's sensitive for a lot of persons that I know, and it's sensitive for a lot of persons that are even close to home. I got family, I got friends, people that I know personally, some people that I talk to on a daily basis that have went through some form of sexual trauma, and some people just, I guess, they just cover it or mask it up and they never addressed it. And some people, they still facing these situations today. Some people are still going through sexual trauma today. Now, y'all know that when I introduce a topic, I'd like to, give basically an introduction or what it actually means. Now, sexual trauma, it can mean many things, and we use this as an umbrella to describe any sexual act that is imposed on another person without their consent. Oftentimes, the word abuse is used to indicate that violence was ongoing or long term. So they add like sexual abuse to it to make it seem like it was a long term. And this is the definition that I got from the Care Center, the Sexual Trauma and Abuse Care Center. Now, this can be a one time event or an ongoing experience and does not have to be physically violent. Everyone reacts to sexual trauma in their own way, and everyone's response afterwards is different too. Examples of sexual trauma and abuse could be sexual assault, rape, sexual abuse, stalking, sexual harassment, street harassment, childhood sexual abuse, family sexual abuse or incest, sex trafficking, online sexual harassment, and sexual violence in relationships. I tell y'all, this thing runs deep. Mm, mm. Oh, we gonna get it tonight. Now, sexual trauma. Woo! Let me give you all the examples again. So, and I saw a quote from a U.S. statistic poll that said actually 70% of women have been through some form of sexual abuse. That's a lot. Now, again, I just want to relay the examples of sexual trauma. Could be abuse, could be sexual assault, rape, sexual abuse, stalking, sexual harassment, street harassment, childhood sexual abuse, family sexual abuse or incest, sex trafficking, online sexual harassment, sexual violence in relationships. Wow. Woo. My goodness. So, everybody that is tuning in now, welcome to the Gray Area Podcast. And as y'all can see tonight, is sexual trauma. Invite a friend, share, 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 share. Now, this for me is crazy because I've spoken to a lot of persons that are dealing or dealt with sexual trauma, and I've asked them why haven't they addressed it head on, not in that manner or in that tone, in a more subtle tone. And I've been asking them, have they, built up the nerve to face the person? And a lot of them said yes, and a lot of them said no because they're not there mentally, physically, or emotionally to channel that energy to talk to that person because they feel scarred. Some people even went to the extent to say that they'll never forgive that person. Ooh, and so a lot of people are going through some things, and I've spoken with some persons that they said family did this to them. Man, family, people that you trusted, someone that you hold close. Wow. And it was kind of heavy. I was even thinking about changing the topic for tonight because it really bothered me to listen to some of my friends. A lot of them don't want to speak out because I would have had them on the show, but this is a very sensitive subject, and we're gonna go into this deep, 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 deep. Um, I'd like to pull up an article. Let me start this article. And this article is from the Tribune. It is written by Krishna Virgil. And this was in February 16, 2016. Now, y'all listen to this. It said, and like I said, this was written by Krishna Virgil from the Tribune staff reporter. And I quote, the Bahamas leads the Caribbean in the number of recorded rapes. Mother flip. That's the first sentence written by Krishna Virgil, a Tribune staff. Remember, this was in 2016, February 16, 2016. And it said the Bahamas leads the Caribbean in the number of recorded rapes. In addition, from 2008 to 2012, annual police reports documented 9,045 incidents where females were the victims of assault in the country. These reports also alluded to there being numerous cases of domestic violence. Wow. The numbers are high for a small Caribbean country. Wow. Our numbers are high. And get this, it said reported cases. So you can imagine how many people aren't reporting that they are going through some traumatizing sexual experience right now. That's mind blowing. Listen. And this article, like I said, y'all could check this out, man. This article was written by Krishna Virgil, 2016. She's a staff reporter at the Tribune. The Bahamas leads the Caribbean in a number of recorded rapes, followed by St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and Jamaica. Man, y'all, that's mind blowing. That means we have more rapes here in the whole Caribbean. Wow. Wow. Mm, mm. Let me get to some of these comments. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you haven't been here before, well, I'd like to welcome you to the Gray Area Podcast, where we discuss and we talk about situations, things, topics, anything that people rarely talk about or they dilly-dally around, where they don't want to talk about it for whatever reason, whatever uncomfortable reason or whatever, or they just want to deal with it under the rug. And tonight's topic on the Gray Area Podcast, guys, is sexual trauma. I'd like to welcome everybody. Share the feed. If you're on YouTube, copy that link, post it to all your friends. You can share it as well. If you're on Facebook, share, 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 share. Hi. We're going to get to the comments. Cedrica Ellis is saying, yeah, many ain't here yet. That's facts. Because like I said, I have so many friends that I've talked to on before I air this show, and they actually said they won't even watch the show because that's a touchy subject for them. And I was like, wow. And they began to tell me like things would happen, and it was mind blowing because I've known these people for years, and I've been close to these people for years, and it's crazy that they actually going through this and they don't even talk about it. And they said some of these things are some of these persons that did these things to them are family members, close family members, and that's crazy. Wow, never. It's mind blowing to me too. Denisha said, check the stats in William Fielding book edit, Violence in the Bahamas. It's a shocker. We got to touch that when we hit that violence, and that's true. And that's true. And that's crazy. Barry said, with only around 400,000 in the population, and we lead. Man, crazy, 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 crazy. And then this is an article that is also by the Tribune, and this was done February 28, 2019, and this was by Morgan Adderley. He's also a Tribune staff reporter. Okay, and it started off, and I quote, this is from Morgan Adderley. He's also a Tribune staff reporter. And the article starts, the Bahamas has an epidemic of sexual violence, according to the Bahamas Crisis Center Director, Sandra Dean Patterson, who made the remarks as the organization plans to launch a campaign. Y'all know what is an epidemic? We are going through an epidemic right now. COVID-19 is an epidemic. It means, man, this is so mind-blowing. I mean, I never knew these stuff. And the sad about it is women victims. It's a lot of female victims. And I quote again, annual police reports document, and they confirming the number. And this is 2019. Keep in mind, I jumped from 2016 to 2019. Annual reports document 9,045 assault female victims in 5 years from the time 2008 to 2012. So imagine now. Imagine now. And they say during those years, there were between 70 and 100 adult victims who reported being raped, and 150 to 200 children each year. I got to read that again. And I quote, during those years, there were between 70 and 100 adult victims who reported being raped, and 150 to 200 children each year. So when we added it up, it was about 6,000 reports of sexual assault that were reported by police. That's those that were reported. Now, if you multiply that by 3, what? This is mind-blowing, which might give you a better ballpark figure. That's a frightening thing. That's an epidemic for our country, but we don't talk about it. And this is from the article, the Tribune article, but we don't talk about it. The silence and denial that happens with sexual assault is phenomenal. Boy, I love this article. And this was by Morgan Adderley. He's a staff Tribune reporter. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Listen. And he made such a valid point, right? If you time, let's just time 6,000 by 3, that's 18. So in 3 years, we have 18,000 rape or sexual assaulted victims. Why we ain't talking about it? Why aren't we talking about it? What? Listen, and that's just those that aren't reported. Just do the math. If they reported 6,000, right? And you times 6,000 by 3, That's mind blowing. And I'm sure the numbers are higher now. I'm very sure. And the key word there was reported. So 6,000 cases a year, right? By three, 18,000. You mean to tell me we have 18,000? 18,000 in 3 years. We have 18,000 people that are either raped, sexually assaulted, sexually abused, because there are more than one type of sexual trauma. Do you mean to tell me? Come on, why are we talking about this? Why we ain't talking about this? Why? Let's get to the comments. Denisha said, many people don't want to talk about it because Bahamians and higher ups tend to criticize, like they always pin it on women by the way they dress. Facts. I love that, Just because a woman is dressed skimpy, or she has on a short dress, or she has on a tight outfit, or she's almost naked, that doesn't give you the right to rape her. That don't mean she want you. And it ain't only the women now. There's actually statistics. I was seeing the statistics. I can't remember where I saw it, but I was reading online and I saw a statistic that is, I think, 5 and 70 men are sexually assaulted as well. For every 70 man or men, they are sexually assaulted, and that was crazy to me. And guess what? Men don't report sexual trauma. That's crazy. Pastor Ellis said, what sexual abuse is an epidemic? Yes, that's what the article said. When the numbers are so high, it's an epidemic. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine or fathom? Just think about it, right? If 6,000 persons got raped or sexually assaulted, that number, and our population is supposed to be around 400,000 in the Bahamas, right? I mean, speechless. Denisha, COVID-19 is a pandemic, global epidemic. That's true. Sorry. Correct. In the country itself. That's true. Sorry. Correction. COVID-19 is pandemic, global. Yep. That's true. Epidemics is, yes, that's true. Correction. Pastor Al say, but let me hold my tongue. These 6 people prey on these. And that's crazy. You know what it is for 100 to 200 children to be sexually assaulted, abused, or fall in whatever category of sexual trauma a year and reported. That ain't even those that aren't reported. So can you imagine how much children that aren't being reported, that are going through this, that are just silent about it? It's crazy, 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 crazy. Verlin said, yes, some kids love going to school to get away from these predators. Now imagine what's going on in the home. Facts. Touchy subject. And Pastor Ellis is crazy. Is crazy. Woo. The human population is close to 500,000. Yes, we about over 400,000. We are close to 500,000. Facts. And for those numbers, it's crazy. But think about the different forms of sexual trauma. You got sexual assault, you got rape, you got sexual abuse, you got stalking, Facebook, social media, famous for that. Sexual harassment, Facebook, social media, famous for that. Street harassment, well, y'all know the blocks, famous for that. Childhood sexual abuse, family sexual abuse or incest, sex trafficking, online sexual harassment. That's these dudes or females that be in your chat sending their God knows what, and sexual violence in relationship. I'm flabbergasted by the numbers. I don't know about y'all, but I'm flabbergasted by the numbers. small country yet so detrimental. Facts. Like, why aren't we talking about this? And this is a statistic that I got from Rain, right? And they were talking about basically Americans. I don't want to stray, but you all know American is right next door. And they said every 73 seconds, someone is sexually assaulted. And that right there is mind blowing. And their numbers, it say on average there are 433,648 victims aged 12 or older of rape and sexual assault each year in the United States. That's the place all the Bahamians want to move and go live. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. Sexual harassment in the job. Facts. These managers coming on to you just because they're your boss. No respect, no regard for you. Mm. So fair keeps these people from speaking. Majority of persons, well, I only can speak, fair plays a role, but the person that I've spoken to, the majority are fearful. And then there's this still has to do the fear with the unknown and the disbelief because they're afraid that nobody's going to believe them or that the person is or people or we as a society are going to just put it in a sense that they asked for it or they put themselves in the position to be sexually traumatized in whichever way. But that's wrong. A person shouldn't have to speak or hide what they're going through. And then there are those that just don't know how to talk about it. There are those that don't really know what to say or how to open up or who to talk to, or they don't feel that comfort zone. They don't feel that comfort to anybody to actually say, hey, I've been uh, sexually damaged, abused, especially if it's by family. Especially if, there are cases where it could be a step parent and they don't want to, they don't want their parent, their mom or dad to think that, hey, they slept with their person intentionally. Okay, we lost connection for a second there. My gosh, folks, it ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. So sorry for the quick disconnection. Now let me post up some of the comments. Whew. Barry said, I'm sorry, but I have trouble gathering my thoughts on this subject. You and me both, bro. It's difficult to respond in real time. Yes, like Denisha said, we're quick to blame the victim. Also, a lot of times there's power dynamic that makes it difficult for the victim to either step forward or believe. Facts. The majority of person that I spoke to, facts. It's often someone like an employer that can affect the victim's pocket. It's sometimes the spiritual leader. Woo! Boy, you on fire, bro. It's often someone like an employer that can affect the victim's pocket. It's sometimes the spiritual leader who is considered a good man, or in the case of a child, the adult threatens to hurt them if they do come forward. Facts, bro. What? You just spit a lot of game? So true. Pastor Ellis said, and I guess they are threatened also. Yes, they are, especially children. They are threatened if they tell people don't believe or they will hurt them. It's crazy. I can't believe we don't talk about this as much. Wow. Berlin said, I was sexually harassed at my old job. I put my foot down and it never happened again. And in some cases, that's what you have to do. But and I commend you for having the courage to do that, because some people don't have the courage. Oh, this is one of my bosses, guys. Welcome, Mistress Loan Johnson. She's one of my bosses. First time to the show. Welcome. And she said, fear, shame, dependence, and apathy are just a few reasons why we are not speaking about these issues. Facts. Facts. And the shame, dependence, for me, that really stick, because that's y'all gonna try cause me preach. Biscuit says sexual harassment in churches also, but that's a topic people want to talk about. Everything is my good part. You, Eric, Mr. Johnson, all of y'all spitting facts. It's like we put these people on on a pedestal, like they can't do no wrong. And they be the same one praying. They're predators on these people, messing up their childhood, even adults doing situations and things to these people. Hi, y'all. Welcome, Chantel, to the show. Y'all see, I gotta, highlight certain people because they have a great platform. So this is the former Miss Bahamas, Chantel. Love you, love. Okay, now it's a habit for persons to cloak abuses as well. Wow. Whether it be a friend or a family member, most men won't check their friends if they're out of line, and vice versa. Some family members know and do nothing about it. And that's But we're in a ridicule culture. We make fun of victims and start to create narrative for their truth. Y'all spitting game tonight. So true. So true. And I don't understand how we got to that point where we cloak the abuser. I've been abused. Ain't you supposed to be on my side? Hypothetically speaking. Why do we cloak the abuser? Why? And then it's crazy that the abuser some of them don't ever take accountability. It's like they live their life moving forward like they never did these things to people. Traumatized people. I know people today, they are adults. They still have trust issues because they've been sexually abused or traumatized in some form, shape, or fashion, and they never got over it. And still now to this day, married, and they're still not at that comfort level, mentally, physically, emotionally, with their significant other, because they've been through that. Yes, they love, but they still get flashback of this person, man. Gray area. Yes, because they too still trying to process the trauma. Facts. Verlin said, if you're weak-minded, they will take advantage. These bosses and supervisors are very wicked, threaten to fire you if you don't comply. And that's so true. Like, I've had a friend, right? She went for a job in a bar. Now, she thought it was a regular bar, right? And when she did the interview with the guy, right? So the guy said, okay, you have to take off your clothes. And she was like, what? He's like, yeah, so I could see how you gonna look. How you gonna look when you walk around? Because I guess it was some type of exotic bar. It wasn't like no strip bar, but they walk around and like those boy shorts and those top, something like Hooters, but it wasn't Hooters. It was a ghetto type. And she's like, no. This isn't what you explained on the phone. and this isn't what I'm going to sign up for. And she walked out. And he said to her, call, I guess we don't want to work. Like, and this is real. Like, he literally asked her right there to take off her clothes so he could see how she's going to look like. And if he asked her to do that and he already has staff, what did they have to go through to get that job? Pastor Ella says some of them even blame themselves. So true. Like, I put myself in this position to be vulnerable, to be sexually abused, raped, or sexually assaulted, or sexually harassed. I put myself in this position. I guess I deserve it. And that's so true. Because you would be surprised, speaking to persons that go through these situations, some of them even blame themselves. Maybe I shouldn't have worn that. Maybe I shouldn't have dressed like that. And there are cases, right, where mothers would say, oh, that's what you get. You shouldn't have been around the house naked like that. Like, let this go on record. You raped Anaya, Catalia, Albanyville. You sexually assault any type of form, fashion. I'll be a failure as a parent if I don't go to Her Majesty's Royal Prison. You might should call me a royal prisoner. I'm going to do that time. A parent is supposed to be a protector of their child. So why are we thinking that it's okay or blaming the child or even a young adult for being sexually abused in any form or fashion? And that is going on in our society today. Brave said, someone wants to forget what happened, so they don't report it. If they don't want to talk about it, they just want to forget that trauma. And that's the norm. It's what's happening. Some people they don't want to go through that trial of reporting. They don't want to relive or replay the situation what happened prior. So they don't want to go through the report, given that report. They don't want to go through taking swabs, and they don't want to go through all that thing. They don't want to do it. They don't want to. And it's crazy that we don't address these things. Steve-O said, some predators out there, sick. And it's crazy that, you know, one, it's a coincidence. Two, I always say, whatever. Three, you guilty, come on. And there are some people in our society today, they've been allegedly accused of doing these things. And this person say they do that. Oh, no, not this person. He'd never do that. Then this person say they do that. Oh, no, he'd never do that. Come on, man. When are you going to investigate that person to see why so many people coming forward for this specific person for the same reason? It got to be some truth. It's like we just lift up the rug, whoop, sweep that dirt under there. Lift up the rug, whoop, we just add it. And sometimes when the dirt pile up, we go outside, we put a hole. I ain't getting into that. It's crazy. For everybody that is joining in now, I'd like to tell you all welcome to the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about situations or things or topics that we'll rarely talk about for whatever reason. And share the feed, share the live video, share the Facebook link, share the YouTube link, share it to your page, invite a friend, talk to a friend, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get to some more of these comments. Denisha said, as a teacher, school is like a safe place for students. Once you show interest and they develop trust in you, boy, Jason, you will break down crying from their stories. And that's so true. Because I remember when I was in school, right? A certain individual used to always come to school like their spirit's always down. Come to find out that person was getting sexually assaulted. So she haven't went to school. What would have happened? After the guidance counselor had a couple of conversations with her, she opened up, and it's crazy. Like, boy, we have some crazy things going on, some crazy things going on in our society. And this right here in this little 242 Bahamas. Pastor Ellis said, what's even sad, parents not believing their kids, especially if been sexually abused by a family or boyfriend. And that's what bothers me. Speaking to the people that have been sexually abused, raped, assaulted, harassed in any form or fashion, the majority of them said it was either family or someone they know. And that's crazy. That's crazy to me. And you don't believe your child? Well, let me knock on wood. Not now. Too bad Bracy telling a lie, bro. You Tanisha said, imagine these mothers who take their boyfriend's side over their kids, and everybody have the same point. And it's still going on today. They should be arrested. Anyway, we don't hang people no more for whatever reason. Great minds think alike. A lot of y'all have the same point. Imagine how many women fell for it. And that's, y'all, this is going on in our Bahamas. I'm not even making this up. And the people that I've spoken to, the reason why they're not here right now is because they're not ready to talk about it. And they said maybe in the future that they'll talk about it. And it's more than one individual. And some of them said they don't think that they could ever forgive that person for doing that to them. And some people just choose to not talk about it, to not discuss it, or to not even address it. They just bury it, and they just want to move on because it does something they're not even thinking about it. It's petty to think these women do these things for a man. It's crazy. Money is the rule of all evil, for the love of money. You better believe that. Barry said, I have a friend on Facebook that recently opened up about her own father raping her for years as a child. And when she told her mother, she called her a liar and a whore. I don't want to get my video reported, so I got to contain myself. Yo, let me read that again. I have a friend on Facebook that recently opened up about her own father raping her for years as a child. And when she told her mother, she called her a liar and a whore. The family basically did the same, and she had what many would consider missteps in life because of that trauma. She was married to a man that abused her, both physically, often struck her sexually, forced himself on her when she wasn't interested. But some of y'all don't think a spouse has the right to turn down sex. That's another topic. Whew. This topic doing something to me, and I have to contain myself. How could your child come to you as a parent? I got to rated PG my response. I got to rated PG this because I don't want my video to record. I just started, and YouTube has so much strict policies, and I got to follow their rules and guidelines. But how can your child open up to you? Like, I've had close friends open up to me and tell me these stuff. And the persons that they tell it to just break down crying because they can't believe that all of this happened under their watch as a parent. This deep, another can of worms. Boy, I don't know. This might need a part two. Like, how, this. Lord. Chantel says over-sexualization is also a huge thing, especially within black girls. Adultification, blaming their body type on them being harassed. Fact. Mama didn't ask for that shit. She just got it. Like, why? Now, keep in mind now, a form of sexual trauma is sexual harassment. Like some people don't like to be looked at as meat. We should respect that. And you're so right, Chantel, and I love this. I love this just like I love the other comments. Over sexualization is a huge thing, especially within black girls. Adultification, blaming their body type on them being harassed. Like what you want to do. That's hers. That don't mean she's asking for it. Nah, I don't want you all to feel like us men don't get sexually harassed. You know, I've been sexually harassed now, and I've been cussed out because I saved that for the latter part of the video. Boy, look here, let's talk about it. I said this is good. Biscuit said parents supposed to protect their child. Sometimes when a child tell a parent their boyfriend or girlfriend touched them, they push the child away and think their child is lying. As a parent, you're supposed to investigate that. If your child say a man or woman touched them, you best look into that. What's the name in dialect? Now you best. And I agree. As a parent, your sole job is to protect your child. As a parent, it is your duty, it is your assigned duty to protect your child at all costs. I'm not telling everybody to ride. I'm telling you, me, Jason, is going to ride on anybody, Anaya, Catalia, Albanyville says. Let's get to the comments. First time watcher Felicia Barry. Hi, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Welcome to the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about things that are not often discussed. First time watcher, just a thought. Do you think that because more adults are now inside the homes during this pandemic, the predator may find it harder to prey on a child without being exposed? In cases where no one else knows, hoping the pandemic is a deterrent for many? That's a very good question. And for me, I feel a predator cannot change his predatorial ways. Maybe he can pretend for so long, but it's sad to me because how can I put this now without being rude? I don't even think that they'll be caught. I mean, if a parent know their child acts a certain way now during this lockdown, especially the weekend lockdown, and you see your child, like because children show signs. Psychology deals with body language and all of that. If you pay attention, psychology is another topic we have to address. If you look at they act in a certain way around whoever is in the house, that can tell tales that hey, why is my son or daughter acting a certain way towards this individual? Like being standoffish. There's got to be something to that. But I think they may find it harder because during this lockdown, everybody's home now or supposed to be. But then again, who knows? Sometimes these parents they sleep so hard they can't hear a pin, they can't hear nothing. And there are cases where that I know personally, there are cases where the mother and father are sleeping in the room and the father wakes up in the middle of the night, leaves the bed, the mother don't know. Not saying that you mothers are the cause for your child or children being sexually assaulted. Now I want to make that clear. Leaves the bed and she doesn't even feel he leaves the bed and he goes in the room to the other person, the victim, and does what he got to do and then comes back laying next to his the mother like nothing happened. And I've known stories of fathers doing this to their child. They go creep in the room, do what they have to do, and then go in the bed like they've been to a restroom break and that mother haven't turned over yet. And there are situations that I know personally like that. So to say if they find it harder, who knows? Because if they want to do something, they'll find all means. It's like a sickness. It's like a disease. They got to do it to make themselves feel however. When did we start protecting our kids? This is so freaking sad. And it's crazy because it's been going on a long time. It's just that no one is really talking about it. If we do talk about it, we hit a seminar here and there, or we talk about rape victims here and there, but they keep pushing it, drilling it, drilling it, drilling it. We don't do that for whatever reason. A good way to look at it, never thought about it this way. Listen, y'all, whew, this topic for me just personal. Not you, of course, but I always wonder how everyone claims what they'll do if someone ever molested their child and they found out. Yet somehow, as we mentioned earlier, we had 150 reported sexually assaulted children in 1 year. So I call bull on that. What a flip. And you have a point. You spitting facts. Then we have so many more that are covered up. That's those that are reported. But they talk like they're some big protectors. Then you have parents that know for a fact that their daughters in high school are dating guys 20 plus years old. And that's another talk. That's another gray area subject. I guess they think they play marbles. I love the way you word that. And that's crazy. You mean to tell me, okay, if we had 150 to 200 children raped in a year, reported cases now, fact, this is an article that I got from the Tribune, so I'm not bringing the numbers. If we had 100 to 200 reported cases, I'm flabbergasted and I'm blown away that these numbers reported in a year. Why there isn't some sort of outcry that these numbers, they are high numbers, 12 months in a year. This is crazy to me. Crazy, 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 crazy to me. Like, listen, if you know anybody, if you know, especially us that know that this stuff is going on, like growing up, I've known cases. And me, I'll say I've known cases where individuals were sexually assaulted, right? And then me personally, man, I'm guilty of it too. And I've been like, no, that person would never do that. Like I know that person personally. I just know them because, I'm taking up for these individuals on all the time. And then when it comes more to light, I'm like, wow, guilty of this too. Shanta said this pandemic may be an opportune time for children to be targeted. School is usually an escape from the predators. Very sad. So true. So true. Hi, Imani. Imani says many mothers hate to lose the good man. Yeah, he paying all the bills. He buying all the groceries, so she don't want to lose them. So now she's selling off her child. And that's what I call it. You prostitute me a child for your gain. And we wonder why so much of these people freaked up because we don't know what they went through as children, even adults. The numbers for adults are high too. Again, let me read Monty comment again. Many mothers hate to lose the good man they have, so when their child tell them, they turn a blind eye. Sick, sick. It's sickening. It's something to think about. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome to the show. They don't want to lose their mind. They prefer to give up on their child. And that's sick. What kind of twisted? I'm not the best parent, guys. I'm new at this. My daughter's only 4. Like, like what kind of sick, delusional, twisted misconception, preconceived thought can you have to just disregard your child telling you, hey, mom or dad, I've been raped? Listen, I don't want to incriminate myself. They rather a man to pay their bills and take good care of them than a child who can't give them nothing. Facts. And listen, I'm gonna speak from I'm gonna speak from a background because I'm born here, but I grew up. I'm of Haitian descent, and in the Haitian community, it's just as bad. It's just as bad in the Haitian community. And it's sickening, man. Like, why aren't we addressing these stuff? Why? Biscuit said many mothers would not believe because the man fit in them bills. And a lot of people have the same sentiment and the same reason and logic behind why they y'all can I can't maybe because I don't value money that much. But come on, man. Some mothers even sell their teenage daughters for money, but that's a different topic. Fact. It's there. And that's still a part of sexual traumatization. Like, come on, man. Mm. Barry says Chantel hit the ball. I like ball better. Hit the ball with that black girl body comment. True. And guess what? In the society we grew up, right, we take it as a joke, right? But I know females personally that get messed up mentally when men say things to devalue them because of their shape or whatever. A big body girl and flip and bend that over, Like, like a lot of women don't like that stuff. I use it a lot of persons that I know, and I've been in situations where I've been over with friends, and then like men come on to them or sexually harass them in a way like yeah, big body around that truck, all like these dudes come up with these crazy things, and they'd be like, and when they talk to me, I swear, like I can't understand their perspective, but the way they feel, it's like they've been raped. It's like they naked. Like that does something like sexually traumatizing, sexually harassment. Process as well as Abigail Fields. Ty, who sexually harassed you, Jason? We want to see some. No, ah, not I. I'll be. I don't want to incriminate myself. Let's get to some more. Listen, I know a few who has for the love of money. Their parents pushed them to do it, and it's sad. That's this is happening in our community today. And the 242, the Bahamas, the numbers that I gave you all, right, is in the Bahamas, recorded in the Bahamas. And Sabrina said the way you dress is not an indicator for you asking for sex. Facts. Like, where did we get this thing? If a woman decides she wants to wear this, why does that mean, hey, I wearing this, come take it off? That don't mean she asking for anything. Even us men, I don't want y'all sleep. Y'all women sexually harass us men too. Eating us, visualizing us naked, doing all kind of things, trying to sexually traumatize me. No, I don't want you. Now Rihanna. Let's get to some more of these comments, man. Yes, men do get sexually harassed, especially from cool. Listen, uh, I that's I don't want I don't want to get into that right now, but we do get harassed. Marty said, Jason, I know a female. Her mom held her down while her own father raped her. Y'all trying to send me to jail tonight. Her mom told her to shut up and stop crying. She said it went on for 6 years. I can't make this up, these live comments. How? I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I just Pastor said, oh my God, sick. You gotta get out of my thoughts for that one. I don't cuss, I stop cussing. Monty said, yes, it's sick. And she was afraid to tell the police. So she waited till she was old enough and ran away. And her family never saw her again and she moved away. Y'all know what it is to be sexually abused, raped, harassed, all forms of sexual trauma. And the only way you can escape if you run away, and these are from your Y'all got me. Y'all. Oh Lord, I said I was gonna change this topic tonight. This got me mentally. Oh, Pastor, I'm gonna need you to pray for me because this my head right now. You gonna keep it going. This kid said, "Oh my God, that's sick. That mother deserves to be locked. Woodlawn Garden, Old Trail, Spike Knot. They should be her address. His address too. Exactly. Bury both of them under the prison. Welcome, Sonny. You've been gone too long." Verlin said, "Jason, I was waiting for you to go to that Haitians are just as bad because I got cousin up till today who don't want to address it because they so scared to confront the people." Yeah, I know about that. I know. I've seen it with my own eyes, heard the stories, people that are close to us, and it's sickening right in the Bahamas. They need their citizenship or whatever they got revoked. Crazy, man. Denisha said it's degrading, and when you don't respond, they take offense and say negative stuff. Yeah, like, yeah, you're big. Listen, I got some people who I cool with. They do the same thing. I'd be like, boy, like, why you think you gotta go there? Oh, they think they peep, don't think. Like, come on, man. Just because the female isn't interested or don't want your derogatory statements and stuff like that, come on, man. You don't gotta insult them. You're already starting off wrong by saying big body gal or big bumper truck or you wait for the bakery. All kind of garbage they be coming up with. That gotta be jelly because John don't shake like that. Oh, come on, man. Some women don't be into that. We gotta have respect and decency. Women too. Because I've had instances where women talk about, then when I wore one, then sweatpants, letting all your thing hanging. Like, come on, man. It's like we don't respect individuals or we don't respect people's personal space. My personal space is with words too. Felicia said, it's a sickness side. I can't understand anyone hurting kids or the elderly. And that's another subject too. We got people raping old people who cannot defend themselves physically and mentally. If this pandemic doesn't expose these predators, perhaps they will already know of. It's too close to not see or feel. You might say that, right, Felicia? Too close to feel. But we have certain situations that goes on for years and nobody knows the thing. Like we have people they reach and tell they older to tell their parents or somebody they trust. Like I've had a close friend to me tell me something, and I've known her basically all my life. And I was shocked because I was like, when was all of this happening? Her father didn't know. And these were close people that are doing these things to her. And the dad was so hurt to notice that, man, what else could he do? Cry because he couldn't understand. He felt as a failure to his daughter because he couldn't understand how all this happened under his watch. Wow. This is a live comment by Niece Honey Dip. I'm a child of molestation by a stepdad. I'm sorry that had to happen to you. Thank you for sharing. It takes bravery to share what you've been through so others can see. So others can see that there are others just like them. And this a live comment. I can't make this up. This come on, man. Pastor Ella said, thanks for being brave, for sharing. And she elaborating, I was a child, told my mom repeatedly. She told me I was trying to break up them. So I can't even make this up, man. Y'all notice she said that she told her mom and she said they were trying to break them up. This is your child. What the? Woo! I'm so sorry that had to happen to you. I know sometimes sorry don't justify or to help aid what you went through. That's just crazy, man. I respect your bravery and I even appreciate you commenting. Monty said, Jason, yes, you're right. I'm of Haitian descent, and yes, it's happening a lot in that community. Some of them think they need to sleep with their daughters before another male does. Sick suckers, which is sad. And the mothers stand with the fathers or stepfathers, which hurts. That's why mothers need to be careful who they bring around their kids and who they have their kids with. Yes, and not only in the Haitian community, Bahamians too. Because listen, I know. And a lot of my friends, they really wanted to come forward, but they said they're not ready to be on the show, to talk about their experiences. It's sickening, man. Sexual trauma. It's real. Real. McKen said, sorry you went through that. Come on, man. Why aren't these subjects talked about? Why aren't we address these things? Why? Why? Man. Sonny said, niece honey, you're not alone, sweetheart. I know a lot of people like you. May his peace be with you. Listen, there are effects of being sexually abused. And niece is actually giving y'all the effects that it have on her. And I just want y'all to understand the effect of being abused, sexually abused as a child, what it did to her. And I don't want no judgment. Listen, let me post a comment. Nee said, I am now a real porn star. Didn't realize it as a teenager how I was acting out sexually and ran away. You all see the effect that it has on people? When we turn a blind eye, come on, man. What a set. Oh, money. The majority of these people are my friends, guys. I can't make this up. Jason, I was sexually abused by my stepdad, which is Haitian, for 2 years. I was 8, an 8-year-old. You all suck. Woo! And I got tired and went to school, told my teacher. That's how he ended up in jail. And I'm glad that you got that courage, at 8. It takes a lot of courage and a bravery to actually go to school and tell somebody these things. It often happens in our society where a lot of people don't even talk. They deal with these things and they carry it into adulthood and they traumatize for life, all because of things that happen as a child. Barry said, I've always wondered how true that was. I'm not familiar with the Haitian community. Pastor Ellen says, sorry you went through that. Thanks for being brave to share. Yes, it takes bravery. And whew, boy, this. Imani said, my abuse made news years ago, but they kept my identity as a secret. Wow. Because my sisters and I were young, and we were only 7, 8, 10. He raped all 3 of us. We couldn't even go to school, and my mom wasn't on the island. She went Haiti and trusted us with her husband, and that's what he did. What the? And these are my friends, guys. This is a live podcast. I can't even make these up. Lonnie, I sorry. I guess what? I never even knew this. This is the facts of sexual trauma, guys. I don't speak nor deal with my mom today because it bothers me. The kicker is my step grandma lives across the street from me. She died. You won't believe my stepdad took over the house, so I see him every day. Wow. And that's so rough when you have to see your predator. The mental strain, I can't imagine what you're going through having to see that individual. Monty said, till this day, I always wondered why my mom talked to me like she hated me until one day she said I messed up her life because I told the police what happened. It hurt me deeply that she still loved her husband over her own. I can't even make this up. Friends of mine, till this day, I always wondered why my mom talked to me like she hated me until one day she said, I messed up her life because I told the police what happened. It hurt me deeply that she still loved her husband over her own child. What kind of Marty? All I have is love. I just don't wanna bury your mom with my thoughts. Wow. Hope one day you can forgive so you won't have to carry that. I really bite my tongue. It pisses me off. He got away with this, and I'm stuck looking at him every day. Y'all seeing these comments? It's crazy, man. Sonny says, Imani, this sounds just like my stupid grandpa. That's why I'm not fond of that side of my family. Sick, please. Y'all know I don't curse. And this, see, and a lot of my friends have the same sentiment. No, I would never forgive him or her. This real, y'all, sexual trauma. This is what it does. This is what it does. Puts you in a state of mind where you can't forgive, you can't trust, you can't even love the way you want to, both male and female. Pastor Ella said he think he got away. He would pay for that somehow. How I want him to pay. They might report my Facebook. How I want him to pay. Excuse my language. Sorry. I understand your sentiment. And Miss Deborah Bain said, I salute you for your testimony, young lady. Yes, we got to salute the bravery because it takes a lot for somebody to share their story. And we have a lot of people that haven't shared their story. Some in their 20s, some in their 30s, some in their teens, some still going through it. Marty said, I forgive my mom and him, not for them, but I forgive them for myself so that I can live and move forward with my life. I leave them to God. I commend y'all because you're brave. Me personally, please. Oh, I gotta keep it because I gotta follow the rules and guidelines of Facebook and YouTube. Crazy, man. Denisha says, leave it in the hands of God. A hateful heart would only weigh you down more. It's hard, but it will take a long time. Boy, Long Island, listen. I can't. I commend you for your comment. I can't speak for that. Me, not my Catalia. Pastor Ellis said, forgiveness is for you, hon, not them. Unforgiveness will block a lot of things, but I pray for your peace. McKin said, and you shouldn't feel like you have to forgive him either. I don't want to swear on your show, but F that nigga. He doesn't deserve any positive emotions from you, and I'm sorry you currently have to see him. I would tell you drop that address and my DM, but I don't want to start nothing. I'm just trying to bring light to situations that we rarely talk about. I will have to change the podcast sooner or later to The Pretender, because you all know, if you all watch the show Pretender, you all would know. Me said, I've begun a book where I talk about it. I'm telling it all, including who I am in industry and what brought me into industry. You all see the effects of sexual trauma? Come on, man, is she being real with it? This is why she's doing what she's doing, because of what happened to her as a child. And I just hope there's a way that you could be able to overcome that. I'm not telling you how. I'm not telling you what to do, but I just hope that one day that you can actually find that peace. Because I don't know, it's I don't want to be cliche to any of the victims. Pastor Ellis said, you may need a prayer over these people, Lord. Mm. Sonny says, Monty, oh my, I wish I could hug you right now. And y'all, these are real life things and real life comments and real life situation, you know. Felicia said, this is good. It should help many. And I commend y'all. I commend all of you that shared your story. And I commend my friends that aren't talking about it, but that are watching. And I commend my friends that spoke to me even when I told them the subject that I was going to talk about. I commend them. And I commend them that are not watching, because they said this is a real great area for them. And they said they're not ready to have a discussion or even to watch discussion on it because they're not there mentally. I just want to salute y'all. And y'all have my deepest, deepest sympathy and love. Pastor Ellis said, I pray y'all peace. Again, this is really good. Sonny says she's forgiven them. That alone speaks volume at Manny. To be able to be so free and open up like you are, like she said, she left it in God's hands. Who better to leave it with? I commend y'all, because my struggle is another gray area topic, forgiveness. Boom, boom on a person. Barry said, Imani, you didn't mess up a thing. I hope you never regret coming forward. I don't like cliches, but I love a few. Like, all that's needed for evil to prosper is for good to do nothing. And I like that. I like that. Sonny says, indeed. Manny said, I forgive. My sisters didn't forgive, and it broke them deeply. One wanted to commit suicide. Shucks, that was on one of my points. And I'm glad, these comments. I got so emotionally caught up, y'all. I just threw the points out of the window. But I guess this is how it's supposed to be. And until this day, she cried because of our abuse. I told her to let it go and let go, but they still refused. My sister wants blood. Say only way she can heal. And I don't want to cast a negative light on my character, on who I am. My sentiments are the same, because I struggle with forgiveness. And I'm sorry. I just can't see myself past that. Maybe one day I'll get to it. Wow. Imani, everyone deals with trauma differently. This is messed up. This is the messed up part, no lie. But some Visine and water go a long way. Oh. They all needs comment again. I'm a mom and a grandma. I raised my kids alone. All daughters. I was like a giant mother bear over my girl in fear of it happening to them. Refused to date while they was growing up. You see that? This is what sexual trauma does. It messes up your trust, your psyche, your emotions. Come on, man. These things need to be addressed. Sonny says he too stinks. God forgive me. Boy, Deborah said this is heartbreaking. Yes, it is. And I don't know if you were here earlier in the show, but a statistic was said by the Tribune All I got some of the things on the screen. Oh man. Where it said in a year, 100 to 150 children were sexually abused. And that's sickening. And that's not even the adults. I'm sorry I'm stuck on the adults, but I mean on the children, because adults get sexually abused too. Y'all, I have a serious migraine. I don't know if y'all can hear my voice change. Just whew. Lee said I had refused to allow it to happen to my babies, and I commend you for that. Because you went through it, nobody should allow it to happen to their child. I do leave it in God's hand. I just chose to stay away from her. And if you only knew my thoughts when I look at him, but I keep living my life. I don't let it bring me down or stop my life. I still hate him. If you all had to look at your own front door at him, you'd feel the same way. Listen, it does, I believe. I don't know what you're going through, and I don't know what you're going through mentally. And I can't imagine the feeling of actually having to see your predator every day. I can't imagine what that does to you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all the leaves that I don't even know of. It takes a lot to actually me thinking about that. It just takes. I'm just trying to understand, like, like what it could be to actually build up the strength to actually do that. These men need to be poisoned. Manny says, because of my abuse, it's hard for me to trust anyone with my kids. And I have two girls and a boy. Come on, man. And these are my friends. Y'all, listen, I never knew these things about. Please, we need you to be an advocate for issues such as this young lady. That's true, Deborah. But oh my, I'm trying to contain myself because I'm just trying. Listen, it's hard. It's this topic is so this. I told my mentor, Pastor Ellis, I was gonna change the subject, because after I spoke with all my friends, and I couldn't believe that they actually went through this, and I never known these things. It took a toll on me, but I said I'm gonna just. Whew. Barry said, "Don't feel guilty for hating someone that violated you, sis. Hatred can open the doors up for a lot of things, McKin, and that's another thing right there." Berlin said, "It's very sad, and I'm afraid for my daughters, as you should protect them. Forgiveness isn't easy. It takes time. But Lord, you need to work on me. You need to work on me, oh God." All these real-time comments. And for those of you that are just tuning in, guys, I'd like to welcome you all to the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about topics, situations, things, anything that I rarely talk about for whatever reason. And if you're here now, like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. My Facebook is Jasonville. The podcast channel is the Gray Area Podcast. The YouTube channel is the Gray Area Podcast as well. And share, whereas we can just bring light to situations and topics that we don't even talk about for whatever reason. We don't talk about it as much. Monty said, "My abuse, Monty, oh Lord, y'all just putting a heavy weight on me. I just feel even my breath getting short. Y'all gotta bear with me. It's rough reading these comments. I just have this little knot right here. My abuse broke me for years. I even overdosed on pills at 12. I wanted to die. I took 20 pills and wanted out because I questioned myself. What did I do? What could I have done differently?" All I know, y'all know I ain't that kind of sorry type of person, but y'all right now, y'all just. Monty, I don't know what to say, Monty. I don't know what to say. During this pandemic alone, it caused child abuse to rise at an alarming rate here in the US alone. So imagine home where mostly everything getting swept under the rug and mothers are protecting these sick people. Facts. Facts. Oh yeah, I don't think, listen, my notes just went out the window, guys. I haven't even followed the pointers that I have on screen to read, but Mr. Deborah Bain said, I can understand why. Imani, and nobody could blame you, sweetheart. And I can't believe that, Manny. I mean, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, and I never knew that about you. I'm so, it's heartbreaking. Yes, it is. Barry said she's stronger than me and me. If I had to look at that blank every day, one day it'll be out my window through a scope. And I mean that. I I feel the same. You know what it is? I can't imagine what she's going through. I can't to wake up every day to look out your window or to walk out your door to see a predator, to see somebody that abused you sexually and at a young age for years, not once, not twice, numerous amount of time, that could damage somebody in so many ways. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine or fathom what she's going through or how do you find the strength to actually walk outside to see that person. I can't. I can't. I can't. I Felicia said, good job, Jason. Thank you. Perhaps a listing of professional experts who can help persons who are struggling with forgiveness or healing with further assist. The suffering seems permanent, but I'm sure there's some help out there. God is able. Yes, they are in my notes. I'm going to get there before the live ends. I'm just trying to get to these last comments because y'all, I don't have the strength to go no more. Y'all already broke me spiritually, and I'm a strong person. And my chest, man, my chest. Lee said he has cameras on trees, porch, driveway, all around his house, as he should, all caps. He knows something may happen. I think he's scared at night, as he should be. These are the things that sexual trauma does to people. Feeling like you want to get revenge. Some people go in a sorrow state, whereas they feel like they were the reason. Some people go in a suicidal state. Let me get to some of the points. Um, some side effects of sexual trauma are self-abuse. Self-abuse, guys, suicide, revenge, anger, rage, stress, starvation. Come on, man. Mm. Merlin said, which is very true. Mr. Aberbain said, I salute you, Jason, because this topic is very touchy. Listen, and I commend all of the people that my friends, Monty, niece, my friends who I can't call their names, who I had conversations to prior to this topic, trying to understand, like, when I gave them the topics, because I like to share it with my friends so I could get their perspective of certain things to talk about. And some of them told me, for those that I can't mention their names, for all of you that are coming forward, I commend you for your bravery, and I commend you, I commend you, I commend you, I commend you. I commend you all. And I'm sorry that you had to go through it. I know sorry can't basically heal your wounds or what you went through, what you've been through, and what you are still going through. Because these are adults. My friends are adults, and they're still going through this mentally. Alicia, we all feel that same sentiment. More comments from these. I was always scared. He should be now. My stepdaughter's been waiting for a right time. Then he put those cans every place. You see? And that's that's what bothers me, you know. Like you do something to people and then you know, like you expecting, like you know you did wrong and now you expecting your karma. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the karma, I'm not saying that anyone should take karma to their own hands. Let me just, oh Lord, let me just clarify. I'm not saying that anyone should take karma in their own hand. I'm just speaking from a personal point of view. And I'm not telling anyone to shoot up anybody or to basically wear an all black mask and spray the camera with some red paint, and and then put on 10 clothes. I'm not telling anybody to put on 10 clothes so it can make your weight look big on camera so you can, spray the cameras red. I'm not telling you guys to do any of that now. I'm just saying, be personally, I'm not telling anybody to be revengeful or anything. I'm not telling anybody to take matters in their hands because there are organizations out there that I'm going to mention in the latter part soon directly, whereas you can call them for help and they can help you with the situation that you've been through, going through, or still going through anything. I have an organization that deals with that specifically that you can call and talk to, and I've tried the numbers myself, and I've called them late in the night. You can call them at any hour. Someone would answer the phone, and you can talk to them and let them know what's going on. Even if you need counseling, they provide that as well. It's a non-profit organization, so I'm going to drop that. Mm. I'm going to get to that comment, man. And let me just, oh Lord. Chantel said, much needed conversation. Lee said, everybody be like, just move, point. I own my house. I, I can't see how they could tell you that if you own your house. Deborah said, the most sickening thing is the mothers who condone and cover up for these perverts. They worse than the predators. They sick. They should be, anyway, incarcerated. They should be incarcerated. I got to try to be the light of the show because the darkness is easy to be sucked into. Monty said, Jason, I remember my abuse like it was yesterday. I think that's why my younger sister hates me because I didn't help her. And I had to watch him rape her in front of me. When I did try, he pushed me and hit me. Plus, I was only 8. What she wanted me to do. I tried until this day she carries the hate and pain for me, not even him, me. Oh, Lord, Monty. Why y'all doing this to me? I'm so sorry. And it ain't your fault. Like an 8-year-old took on the responsibility of an adult trying to save her sister. And now the sister hates her because she felt she didn't do anything. Like, like, yo, I, uh, y'all gotta excuse my nervous laugh because I don't know what to say. Monty, I so sorry. I just, mm, I don't know what you could have done in that situation. An 8-year-old, I mean, and when you did act, you acted. You finally got tired and you told the teacher and he got arrested. And he said, I'm very open about my life because I know it's not my fault. But thank you for this, Jason. And you're welcome. And listen, I commend you because it's not easy talking about. It's not easy talking about it. It's not. It's not easy being honest and open about it. Barry says, seeing someone I know violated me repeatedly as a child would almost certainly have me thinking they're still doing it to some other innocent child. And I can't live with that, possibly while being reminded of it daily, but that's just me. I can't comment. I'm gonna read the comments because boy, Sonny said, Deborah Corley being they're predators themselves. Come on, no one with a heart can sit and watch that happen, let alone participate in the act. Suck my teeth. Hang the ma and pa. I sick of these humans, man. But hurt people hurt people. It's all a domino effect. They were also abused, so they in turn abuse. Not everyone does, but most abused people do it in one form or another. Fact. They either and I was reading an article. I wish I could quote these articles, but I was reading an article where a side effect of sexual trauma is actually abuse, self abuse. They either abuse somebody else emotionally, physically, or they do it to themselves. Mhm. It's self hate for themselves. Why are they like that? That most times the moms are predators of sexual abuse, so they don't know how to stop it from affecting the children. Know somebody help them, so they carry that hate and pass it on to the kids, not making excuses for them. Boy, Verlin, I just, I, 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 I can't comment. I can't comment. The Spain said a total agreement. Mm, mm. Lee said, I'm very open minded about my life. I was a child. I know for a fact it's not my fault. I'm good with no right from wrong, with knowing right from wrong. Thank you, Mr. Z. You're welcome, man. And this is how we have to talk about things, guys. The gray area. And these people, come on, y'all see my friend, y'all see the live comments. These are adults and they're still dealing with the aspect of these things mentally. Come on, man, they have trust issues. Imani, I suggest you and your sisters work on your bond fast by seeking therapy. All of you need to work on your individual selves. Boy, I'm glad, Sonny. I thank God for you being here to give this wisdom because I so blank. It's like the darkness sucked me in. I gotta come back to the light. Therapy, all you need to work on your individual self, and then you can begin to form a family bond or a sisterhood. Listen, these perverts have no idea the trauma they cause people. Suck my teeth. This breaks my heart, man. Where this N word is, let me see something. Send some hungry dogs for him. I'm so mad. You and I both. And I thank you, Sonny. I thank you, Sonny, for encouraging my friend Monty that they should work on there. I'm just lost for words. Monty said, "Thanks for the topic. I spoke out because I'm over it, and I am healing daily. It's a process, and I didn't allow it to break me, but to use it as an eye opener." Good night, Jason. Just getting in. Welcome, Marty. You're late. You're late. Lee said, okay, wait, I'm not no sexual abuser. I don't hate myself, but I do hate him. Yeah, we got that. We're just saying that some forms of sexual trauma is sexual abuse or abuse to other people. Not in, not in your case. In your case, you would fall under the hatred category. Like sexual trauma can cause hate or vengefulness. Whereas you hate that person so much you want to do them something. And I thank you again, man, for sharing, man. Monty, you're an advocate, baby girl. Trust that. Oh yes, she is. Whew. I'm just getting to the comments, guys, so I could just bring in the organization that deals with this. Sonny, I tried. It's no fixing. It's no fixing it. She hates me with a passion. So I love from afar. And that's, oh Lord. Nikki, oh, welcome, Nikki, welcome. This area is so gray till it's turning black. Nikki, I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so glad. Let's get to that. Ladies, Have you guys considered therapy? To carry this around for years, it's heartbreaking. I hope you ladies find peace and forgiveness for for yourselves. It's not your fault. And I'm glad that those that spoke on it understand that it's not their fault, with the exception of Monty thinking for years that it was, and she got over it. So, whew, he said people who haven't been through it won't know the feelings, and I agree. I can't relate to you going through what you've been through, and me telling you or trying to be cliche with it will just set you off. McKenzie said, "Find me in it, boy. Listen, this is tough." A comment from my best friend Nikki. Therapy doesn't work for everyone. Once again, what works for you might never work for me. Come on, man, these real life situations, y'all see that? And I recommend that anybody, whoever it is, if you've been through some sort of sexual trauma, whether it be man or, or woman, even if you know a child that is going through sexual trauma, try to find an avenue to get them some form of help. Like Nikki says, therapy doesn't work for anybody. Try to find out or relate to that person or that individual what works for them, or try to cope with them or understand what can help them out. And see, Monty says therapy didn't work for me. Talking about it and facing it head on is what is helping me. So what I'm saying, certain things work for certain individuals. Not everybody want to do that therapy thing, whereas they go sit down and see you straight. And Nikki says something would always be in the back of your head, forgiveness or not. Y'all, these real live comments. And I commend you for your comment, Nikki. Sonny said to me, my mom was abused by her stepdad, and I carry that in my heart like it was me. So I can imagine actually being in that situation. This just burning a fire in me. Sonny, you and I both, like, I feel anxiety. It's mm, mm. Anyway, let me just get to one of the notes that I had, guys. We actually have an organization here in the Bahamas that actually deals with it. It's called the Bahamas Crisis Center. They're a non-profit organization. And listen, you can call them at 328-0922. Again, it's the Bahamas Crisis Center, 328-0922. And they've been an organization from 1982. I've never known it. Uh, my mentor, Pastor Ellis, told me they even have commercials on ZNet. I never knew that. And this is an organization that deals with stuff like that. So if you're going through or you need to basically tell them about your situation, you could call the Bahamas Crisis Center. If you don't want to call 911, again, their number is 328-0922. And I personally call them myself. And I called them at a late hour. And they said, yes, someone would answer the phone at any time. That is what they do. They deal with male and female that have been through any form of sexual abuse, even abuse, whether it's trauma or whatever. They don't only deal with sexual trauma, but they are available. They are available. Their phone line works. Like I said, I've tried it and I've spoken with the lady, and she said, yes, that's what they do. They're always ready to talk to anybody, or they're always ready to get anybody help, whatever kind of help. If you don't feel like talking, or if you just feel like, getting some help, if you don't feel like calling 911 or whatever, they're there. They're there. And again, guys, they are the Bahamas Crisis Center, 328-0922. The Bahamas Crisis Center. They also have a Facebook page. You can like and follow them. You can also you can like and follow them, add them. They are there, guys. And I personally call the number myself. Monty said, Jason, what scares me is that kids who are now locked down with an abuser and can't get help. Yeah, because they're scared to talk out. They're scared to talk out again. See, Sonny, same number 328-0922, Bahamas Crisis Center for those who need the help. Barry said, most important thing I can offer is if you suspect a child is being molested, report it to the authorities immediately. Skip the parents completely. Let the system handle it. If you have a friend that's an adult, then you can approach them and suggest this or that. Fact. Nikki said, Imani, this is my cry to God every night for their innocence. Oh, y'all, this was a real gray area subject. This, Sonny says, and not to make excuses for their behaviors or triggers, but all of what's going on truly is not in the well-being of those poor kids, elderly and or adults. And yes, let me just do that point. Women are the highest rate of sexually traumatized between men and women. Women are the highest. And then the children number, the men are the least of those that are sexually traumatized, but and there the numbers are high. There are more people being sexually abused or sexually traumatized. And like I said, let me go through the examples of sexual trauma again. So examples of sexual trauma and abuse could be sexual assault, rape, sexual abuse, stalking, sexual harassment, street harassment, childhood sexual abuse, family sexual abuse or incest, sex trafficking, online sexual harassment, and sexual violence in relationships. Those are the categories of sexual trauma. And people that go through these, the numbers are higher more in women, kids, the least in men, but men are actually sexually traumatized as well. And the sad part of these statistics is the sexual trauma actually starts from a range of 6 to 30 something years old. y'all hear those numbers? It's been proven. Oh, y'all. Y'all listen. Thank you guys for tuning into the Gray Area Podcast. Like I said, this is a show that I've came up with where as we talk about and discuss things or situations or topics that are rarely talked about for whatever reason, why we diddly skip the my little round subject. And this show is done every Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock. I've now created a YouTube page because not everybody's on Facebook, so you can stream it live on Facebook, on my Facebook personally, Jasonville, or you can stream it live on the podcast page on Facebook as well. The page is called The Gray Area Podcast, or you can stream it live on The Gray Area Podcast, which is on YouTube. And first of all, I would just love to thank everybody that came out with a testimony or some sort with a testimony, basically talking about what they went through, the sexual trauma that they went through. And I commend you for being brave to actually, Facebook is an open world. Not just us that are on this live will see it because the video will be replayed. So I want to commend you for being bold enough to even talk about it, to even share your story. And for those of you, you know who you are, that aren't ready to talk about it, just know that I know I can't offer much. I'm here for you. For those of you that I spoke to before the show, and you said, you're still dealing with it, y'all know where I stand for y'all. And I would like to thank you, my friends, Marty, niece, uh, everybody. I can't call everybody names, so don't feel left out. So listen, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all don't know I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all been my riders from day one, especially with the podcast. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all don't know, and I appreciate y'all that got the courage, the bravery, and the audacity to even talk about what you went through. Because I don't even know what it feels like to go through that. And I just want to encourage y'all to just keep striving, keep moving, find some sort of peace. I know coming from me, that's a little weird because y'all know how I am. Forgiveness ain't my strong cup of tea. I don't really drink out of the cup of tea of forgiveness. But I just want to say, keep striving, keep pressing, keep moving, and do what y'all got to do to cope. I mean, just a little hint. I still got a block. Right? Just playing. But thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in live to the Gray Area Podcast. Thank you again. I'm just going to post these last comments again. Nikki says, thank you, Jason Vale, for bringing a lot of topics to light. Yes, thank you too, Nikki. Thank you for being here. All right, so peace and love. Thanks to those brave enough to share their personal stories. And also, I'm sorry you even have stories to share. I share the same sentiment with Barry. Whew. My heart heavy, man. Monty said, thanks again. And Monty, I can't thank you, niece, and everybody else. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for sharing your story. And I just pray that your sister can find peace. And I pray that she finds that strength that you actually had to deal with it head on. Whew. This was rough, y'all. Sexual trauma was rough for me. So I can't imagine your victims. Sonny said, thank you for the forum to do so. God bless, bro. God bless you, bro. And everyone, y'all be safe. And again, thank you guys again for tuning in to the Great Area Podcast. It's that simple, where we talk about situation topics and whatever it is. And feel free to like my page, add me on Facebook at Jasonville, follow the podcast page. That's the Great Area Podcast. And also now I have a YouTube channel for those of you that don't have Facebook, because a lot of my friends aren't on Facebook. So you guys can now tune into the show on Facebook. Share, and let's just get it. Let's talk about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm out.